Hello, assalamu alaikum. So today I'm going to talk about period. It's called caado in Somali. So period for most women, it started around the age of 10 to 15. Sometimes it could begin when you're like 9 or 8, and there's different factors that affect period, such as genetics, such as your weight. If you have, because the hormone that regulates period, estrogen, requires fat. So if you have low body fat, if you're skinny, you may have a delayed period. And also nutrition. If you're not eating the right nutrition, then you're not gonna have the hormones produced, that are necessary for the period. If you're a kid who did a lot of activities, I was one of those as a kid. I was into a lot of sports and I did so many different things. And yeah, my period started later on. So I was also skinny. So I would say maybe those two factors affected it. There's different reasons, and also stress. If you're under stress, if you're stressed, the chances of you getting your period at the time that you're supposed to get is not going to happen. Anyway, we know that having gone through a period all our lives, for most women, it's not something that, as much as we get used to it, but we don't get used to the pain and the uncomfortableness that we have to go through. Just because you're an adult, you're expected to just be used to it. Like, oh, you've been getting it since you were a kid, so it's normal. But it's not. Like, think about this. Like, when you have a headache, it sucks. The next time you get it, it doesn't mean it sucks less. It still sucks. You know what I mean? So why is it that we're expected to somehow be used to period, or like be very comfortable with it just because we experienced it for years? No, like, it doesn't get any easier. We just as we get older, we just try different medications, we try different things to work with it, but it doesn't get better. After all these years, I don't feel like I am great at handling my period phase. I'm not. Like, to be honest, I'm not. It just sucks. It still sucks. It sucks just as much as it did. In fact, I think that the older you get, they make it even worse. I don't remember having really bad, horrible cramps as a kid. The cramps got worse as I got older, especially in my adulthood. Like, it just got worse and worse. Yeah. Again, it is upside and up and down. Like, some months my cramps are really, really bad, that I hate my life. And sometimes the cramps are tolerable. It doesn't last too long. It's just a day or two. And sometimes it's throughout the whole cycle. I'm just going through horrible cramps. So I'm going to share a few videos of men who are like trying the period stimulator and they're all acting like they're about to die. So imagine this is what we go through every freaking month for 3, 5, 7 days. We have to go through this. We don't have a choice. I'm 100% sure if women had a choice not to go through period, most of us, I don't know who's going to choose to want to go through it, but most of us, at least I personally, would willingly say I don't want to go through it. If it was my choice, I'd be like, no, thank you. I don't want it. I don't want to deal with this every month. It is uncomfortable, and I hate feeling like this. And I hate to deal with it, and I hate the whole thing that comes with it. Just not fun. So imagine we don't have a choice in this. We go through this, and everybody treats us like it's nothing. Half the population goes through this torture every month. Every month. And we don't have a say in it. We just have to accept it because you are a woman. You were born with ovaries, so you gotta deal with it. You don't have a choice. And somehow, men are looking at us like, yeah, why are you acting like this? Why are you acting like a kid? You've been going through this all your life. Excuse me? But when they try the period stimulator, they act like they're all dying. And the period stimulator is not even as bad as the real cramps we go through. As you can see, some of the girls, when they did it, they were not acting like they're dying like the men. Yeah, so all I'm saying is it sucks. Period sucks. And that's just what it is. Period sucks. Having to deal with it, having to deal with the hormones going up and down, it also sucks. Like, obviously it'd be much easier to be a guy who doesn't have their hormones going crazy like that. They're all level-headed most of the time and everything is all cool. But it's different for us. Every month we're having these different phases happening in our body. And yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go through the different phases that we experience as women. I found out something called cycle syncing, which is like working with your period, working with your body as a woman. And so we have different phases. There are 4 phases: the menstrual phase, the follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and finally the luteal phase. So the menstrual phase is when you're getting your period, and it lasts between, sometimes it's 5 days to a week, and for the unfortunate people it could be over a week. So what's happening in this time, in this phase, is that your estrogen and progesterone are at their lowest. And how does that affect you? Your focus and your energy levels are not good. And also you're more emotionally sensitive or withdrawn. Your skin is drier and because of the low estrogen, and it feels easily irritated. So these are things that when you know of, you can try to work with. What kind of foods are going to help you? What is the best thing to do so that when you're going through this phase, your period, you're dealing it with the right way. Your energy levels are low and everything. It's best required that you rest, and you don't have to do intense exercises. All you have to do is something simple as, just walking or yoga. I mean, I would recommend Yoga with Adrienne. That is a lady that I really like to check. Her channel is very great, Yoga with Adrienne. Check it out. It's very good. She has very simple yoga that you could do. She also has a yoga for your, when you're going through your period. It's really great. I don't know if it's placebo, but anytime I do it, my cramps actually goes away somehow. But it is really nice. Try it out. What kind of food is good for you? At this point, obviously, because you're losing a lot of blood, eating iron-rich food is good for you, like spinach, beans, red meat, all that. And also because of the dehydration that's happening due to the low estrogen, eating hydrating fruits and vegetables like berries, cucumbers, watermelon is going to be good for you. And then to ease your cramps, having ginger tea or turmeric tea, those things would also be helpful with that. And for your dry skin, obviously use more hydrating skincare products, and then avoid exfoliants because your skin is more irritated at this time, so it'll just make it worse. And this is something I didn't know, because yeah, I don't have the best skin, so I'm not going to give a lot of skincare tip here because this video is not about skincare anyway. But I've been dealing with acne most of my adulthood, and there's been years where my skin was good, and I was like, ooh, I found the right product, and I was happy about it, and I wasn't even getting as many acne during my period. But then it changes, and I'm realizing that as time goes on, your skin changes. So it's not like the skincare products that worked for me years ago is going to work for me again. So these are things I'm figuring out and I have to work with. But most importantly, I didn't even know that when you are on your period, you should avoid exfoliants. I didn't know that. So this whole cycle syncing thing, it is something that is new to me, and I recently found about it, and it's something I just started doing the last period of that I went through. So, and I saw actually a huge improvement. My last period, I didn't get as much acne, and I think it's maybe because I was eating the right food, and I was trying to do the advice that I found online about this face. So I would say work with your body. As women, we're having a lot of changes going on. Our hormones affect us a lot. So it is very important that we're really looking into that and doing the best we can to take care of our bodies. Anyway, next is the follicular phase. For the follicular phase, the estrogen begins to rise, which boosts your energy and your skin appearance. And what happens also, because of the higher estrogen, you have higher levels of dopamine, and you're more motivated, you're more focused. So this is time you could do, those intense projects you've been trying to avoid. You could take on it, and you're more focused as well. And the kind of foods you could do is eat protein-rich foods like eggs and chicken and tofu to support egg maturation, and also eat complex carbs like sweet potatoes and oats and quinoa for energy, and eat more kale, spinach, like leafy greens to detoxify your body. And because you have more energy this time, this is time you could do strength training and cardio. And yeah, and that is one advantage of that phase, is you have more energy and you could do that. So the next phase is the ovulatory phase, and this is when your estrogen is at its highest. You also have a rise in testosterone, which means you're more confident, more social as well, and you're more willing to do presentations and networking and all that kind of stuff. And high estrogen is going to help you be more fluent when talking. And so this is a good time to go out, to go to meetings, socialize with people. And so what does this do for the body and for the skin? During this time, your skin looks its best. It's because of the high estrogen levels, and you have increased elasticity. But because of the slight increase in testosterone, you might get some breakouts here and there. What kind of food is best for this time? You are going to need high fiber foods like broccoli, flax seeds, apples, and also eat raw vegetables to prevent bloating, and zinc-rich foods like pumpkin and nuts to support hormone balance. This is the time you could do high intense workouts too, because your body can handle more stress. So finally, the last phase, the luteal phase. What happens? This is a phase right before your period. It's my least favorite phase, because you have very low energy. Your progesterone is the highest, and then your estrogen is the lowest. And when the progesterone is the highest, you're more prone to fatigue and you have lower motivation. And then because of the lower estrogen, your memory is terrible. You're going to go through PMS symptoms like being irritable and just being annoyed easily, and being forgetful as well, and being emotionally sensitive or reactive. So because of the progesterone levels increasing, you're going to have increase in oil production, which leads to acne. So you may start having your acne at this time. I mean, that is, for me, that's what happens. I usually get my acne actually right before the period, like a week before the period. And then your skin is also more sensitive. So this is the time to use skincare products that are going to help you control oiliness and prevent breakouts. Also, try to do workouts that are more calming, like Tai Chi or Pilates, or things that are going to help you feel more calm, because you're feeling very sensitive and you're PMSing as well. And the foods that are more helpful at this period is magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, bananas, to help you with your mood. And also, again, eating complex carbs like sweet potatoes and lentils for the blood sugar and fiber. And then finally, For your PMS symptoms, eat calcium-rich foods like yogurt, almonds, and kale. So that would help you out. Anyway, I hope this helps you, and I think honestly working with your different changes that the body is going through as a woman is going to help you in the long run. The sooner you know, the sooner you start practicing and working with it, the better for you. So I mean, it is something very new to me. I only started this last month and I saw a difference. My acne was really at its lowest. I barely had any acne my last period because I tried to follow the things that I saw online. I'm not a doctor. All this is information that you can find online, and you could do your own research as well. If I'm gonna say is take it easy on you. This is a tough period. It's not something that is easy. Period, naturally, and either is very tough. I mean, regardless of what society makes it seem to be, like it's something that we're supposed to be used to, and we should be okay. Da da da. It's not like that. It is tough, and it has effects on us. It effects on our body, physical and mental. Yeah. So it's best you prepare yourself for it, and so that you could function the best you can. So good luck to you, and I wish you all the best. And there's a reason why we don't fast during our period in Ramadan. So because losing iron because you're bleeding, and so you need to eat the iron-rich food, and because your body is going through dehydration, you need the hydrating fruits and vegetables, and also to deal with the cramps, which are painful. Like God doesn't want to torture us. I mean, for me, that's what I believe in. So I mean, I always ask myself, the question: if they're not a religious person, just a disclaimer, but I really like religion. Any religion, but of course I'm a Muslim. I mean, I have chosen Islam for myself, but yes, I do like really reading into religions. It doesn't matter what religion it is, but I really like religion in general, and it's because I'm fascinated by it. But the question I like to ask myself is, what kind of God do I believe in? Is it a God that is understanding and merciful and kind and loving, or it's a God that wants to make my life harder? And when you think about it, these are things like, obviously if God did not care about women or whatever, he would tell us to be fasting during our period. But he knows you have cramps, you're going through pain, that it is time to deal with your pain and cramps because you're losing iron. You need to eat food that has iron in it. Another reminder I like to say is you're getting good deeds by taking care of your body. Take care of the bodies in terms of workout, eat the right food, take care of your mental health, physical health, spiritual health. All of that is very important. It is a way to appreciate God and be grateful to God. I am a spiritual person. I like to think I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious though, but I am spiritual. I like the spirituality of Islam. So good luck to you in your period, and I hope you can learn one or two things from this video. And if there is some tips that you have for me or for other women, that's been helpful to you as a woman, how you prepare yourself for your period or during these different phases, please share with us, and thank you. Have a great day.